You're going to hear 3 times the amount of Michael's jingling that you normally would, because we are not on the porch. We are not at my house. We are in Chris's dining room. And there's 3 dogs here, and Michael he's amped up. So, what I want to talk about is limerence. Limerence. And it sounds like some mystical thing that elves do. I don't know. What it is when 2 people, actually one person can experience it on their own. When you first meet somebody and then you have these like obsessive thoughts about them, and you're like really invested in them, like validating you and giving you love. And it's that like, when you miss each other, when you're, not together even just for a minute, it's like this and we oftentimes think that it's love. It's not to say that it isn't, but we can be limerent with objects. So it could be like a thing that you're obsessing over that you really want. Like maybe you're saving up for like, I don't know, maybe it's a car, or maybe it's something much more simple like what do people even buy? I guess like a house. That's less simple than a car though. Something that you're looking forward to, and then you think about it, and then you get it, and it's the best thing ever. But it never stays the best thing ever. It's not like you get the one thing or you get the one person, you're like, you know what, I'm good, I'm all set. It's just not what happens. And if you are dealing with this in a relationship, it's kind of like a bummer to hear and find out, because I remember when I heard about it, I was like, oh, so all of these like super intense feelings that I've had for other people, like, is that even real, or did I just make that up? Like, they happen how they happen. I guess the reason doesn't matter. It's like a fucking stampede in here. But they're having fun, so that's good. Anyway, if you are encountering it or you have encountered it with another person, either they are your limerent object or you are theirs, or you're in it together and you're both just like, oh my God, like, can you get closer to me because you're too far away. I just want you to be closer. You know what I mean. And if you don't know what I mean, then you've not experienced this before. Yes, we often think that is love, and that is how we will continue to love and receive love from that person. I don't know percentages because I am not a professional person. I am a human saying things I feel like talking about. But in my experience, it does not stay that way, though. That like high amount of attention and affection and physicalness. Oh, that's such a good word. I don't think it's real, but maybe it is. Physicalness. We say it in Baptiste yoga all the time, and it's, I don't know, sometimes the Baptiste verbiage it sounds not correct, like not proper English. But yes, the physicalness, all of that doesn't stay at its heightened level. And remember, another thing that like blew me away, there's a Halsey song called I Hate Everybody, and she said, infatuation is observation with a cause. What she means, I assume what she means by that, or what I take that to mean, really is what I should say, what I am saying, is when you have the intention of like, I want to receive love from this person, I want to have approval from this person, you will seek out the evidence to support that thing happening. I've talked about this before, about like being right or like anxiety stuff. We as a species, and I'll tell you, I am a professional evidence gatherer. Like, see, told ya. And it's not in like a have to be right sort of way, but I mean, that is obviously the overall feeling. I want to be right, but most of the time that I'm looking for evidence. It's I want to be right so I'm not surprised if it's a bad thing, or I would like to be right if I'm telling you a good thing that you could do to make yourself feel better, and then you do it and you feel better. That is like, I would never say like, I told you, because that's just rude. Really, more often, it's the self-preservation. Anyhow. Limerence, infatuation, and self-preservation were the cause. Yeah. So you'll find what you're looking for. Whatever you're looking for. It's just like, is it Bader-Meinhof response? There's another word in there. Bader-Meinhof illusion response? Like when you say you get a new car, and then, like 4 years ago, I got a blue Honda CR-V, and then from that day forward, I just see CR-Vs everywhere. First of all, because they're the #1 selling vehicle of its type, because it's fucking Honda. And yeah, they're just super common. So I see them all the time, but I'm looking for it because now it's relevant to me. Be that a car, or how much you love me, or how much I'm making up that you don't. So that I get to be right about, when the traumatic break happens. I hope you've listened to other things. I guess they could probably stand alone. That's my intention anyway, is to be clear, not just in this but in my speaking in class and things like that. Like, you shouldn't have to have a whole backstory about me or what I mean or my training, like anything like that. I feel like I want a standalone experience and to get across to you everything that I think is relevant for you to know in that one experience. Maybe it's because I assume everyone's just going to die. Oh, maybe. That certainly could be a trauma response. Like, hey, make sure you tell everyone all the time how you feel. And yeah, like, make it awkward. Tell people so often and be very vocal about it because, they might just die and then you won't be able to tell them. So interesting. Get out of there, Mr. P. Okay, so limerence. Oftentimes what happens, we get used to each other, or life things come up, or like an issue comes up, whether it's like a serious thing or a not serious thing. I will tell you, I feel like since I was married the first time, like ever since I decided to end that, I have come up against people with problem after problem after problem after problem. Moving, job stuff, moving, just like over and over and over, and just problem after problem after problem after fucking problem. And so then the attention goes over there to the problem, and there's no more of this super inflated amount of affection, attention, physicalness. And if you are someone like me, who that's why I would do anything ever, is to get attention, affection, and physicalness, because it's validation for my existence. And that is the extroverted part of me that needs to refuel certain departments with another human. Like, yeah, you can do it by yourself. It's just like masturbation. You can do it by yourself. You can do it by yourself all fucking day, however many times you want to, for however long you want to. And that's great. It's so great. You should do that. Figure out what, that's a whole other topic. But sometimes you need a fucking person, And I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about, yes, I can fulfill my needs in all the areas, whether it's like fitness, sleeping, food, but I can't give myself affection. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, but you just take yourself out for a spa day or blah, blah, blah. 1, I'm broke. 2, it doesn't do it. I don't get affection from the, paying someone to touch my feet and paint my nails. It's not affection. They're doing it because I'm paying them to do it. I want someone to do it because they want to do it. So it's an area that I personally need to refuel with another person. And when their attention is on what all the problems are, and I'm over here like, but hey, look at me over here, I'm wilting like a little flower, please water me. I, or anyone in this sort of scenario, that's when you either get off the pot, I can't deal with this, or, you know, it's always, by the way, the other person that's like, I have too many things over here. Or you're moving from limerence into either a breakup or true love. That's like true love. And something that I heard, hey now, we don't need to, let's use our indoor voices, okay? It's nighttime. Oh, fuck, this is, nope. Yes, I heard this. I don't know when or where, so I don't know who to give credit to, but I repeat it in my head like a lot, and I have been doing that for years. It is that true love is wanting for the other what they want for themselves. Wanting the person that you love to have what they want. Not for the person you love to love you back or for them to want what you want. That's really fucking hard. When you're in that limerent state. Because we're so willing to give the other person everything because it's this temporary thing. That's why it's temporary. It can't live in that space. But we want to. It feels good. That feels real. But what's actually real is, like, can you pick up some chocolate hummus because I don't have any and I need it. And it's an understanding that I need it, you need it, we eat the same things. Or helping each other, getting through the things together. I have experienced that I've been able to move into that with some friends where even if it would mean like, oh, I'm not going to see you anymore, or I choose not to see you anymore, I still want for them what they want for themselves, even though it has nothing to do with me. So that's a bit about that, but I also could tie this into dating in 2021, or just like the last however long, few years maybe. I'm not sure. It's not something good Lord, it's not something I ever planned on doing. And yeah, what I get from a lot of people that I have, what I want to say is comforting conversations, but they're not that. I think people come to me for comfort, but I give them something different than what your usual friends will just tell you. I'm not just going to say like, oh, fuck that guy, he's so stupid, you're so great. That's not what you come to me for. You come to me for the truth, even if you don't like it. Michael, what are you doing? Michael, hey, stop digging. Fucking dig to China over here. He's trying to go to his home country in Mexico. Anyway, because he's a chihuahua. Don't you dare come back. Come on. Dating, comfort. I'm going to tell you the truth. This is why this keeps happening to you. Okay, so I referenced this last video. If you keep dating the same type of person, like their names change, whatever their family backgrounds change, but the type of guy is the same, and you keep getting the same result. Why do you think that is? Do you think that you just have bad luck? Just you, out of all the people in the world, you are so special to be cursed with this man problem? You're not. You are cursed with your own problem. Your own problem that you are trying to resolve with someone else, but not really with them, but like on them. You work your shit out on them. Or you avoid working your shit out by putting your attention on someone else, an external factor, a limerent object, a new job, a new house. We put our attention to external factors to avoid the internal feeling. And so if you keep dating the same person with the same undesired result, you know, freaking cops are gonna come thinking we got an illegal dog ring in here. They're just very Here's another, little gem that will sound harsh, but is absolutely true. I need you to hear this, so I'm gonna wait for the dogs to shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about your feelings as much as you do. Nobody cares about your feelings as much as you do. Maybe you're super tight with your mom, or you feel that way about your kids. Kids are different. Whatever I'm talking about, anytime, it is a completely different relationship with your children. You probably care more about their feelings than they care about their feelings because you're their parent. But like the guy, your friend, your boss, the person in traffic, the people who you think should be feeling a certain way about you, they do not care as much as you do, and they never will. And that's not like I'm not trying to be a dick about it, you know? It's just real. Your feelings are your feelings. And just because someone else doesn't match them, because they never will, because they're most concerned with themselves, but then also avoiding the things that they don't want to work out on themselves by being with you in any capacity, whether it's, any kind of partnership. So when you know that, when you just know that, and you don't make other people wrong for it, and you go into an interaction, I'm telling you, especially like online dating, people get all, and I remember I was too, when this was a thing, I'd get all like upset after having, several sentences back and forth with someone, and then all of a sudden they disappear, like, oh, where did he go? I didn't understand. Where did he go? Because you're nothing. Online dating, before you actually meet somebody, it is like scrolling social media. You don't have to comment, like every single one of your friends' posts and interact with them all the time. You're just like, oh, I'm going to pop over here, and pop over here, and pop over here. Because it has nothing to do with you. Again, because nobody cares about you the way you care about you. But also, what could be true is nobody treats you like shit like you do. Because you're waiting for somebody else to care about you. Oh, that's it. You're waiting for somebody else to give you the care that you won't give to yourself. Good night.